Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls of YouTube. My name is Dan. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placement. And I have got a message for you. It feels like there's this massive shift going on with so many of y'all. And I think your guides just want to pop in and give you some affirmations and practical tips on how to navigate this shift that I feel like you're choosing. You're choosing a shift right now. You're choosing to lock in. You're choosing okay, none of this. It's time to get back on track. It's time to get back onto the me train. It's time to stop being of service. That sounds bad. We love being of service, but I feel like you've gone too hard in that direction historically. And now you're like, how did I get here? What happened? What happened to all the things I wanted to do? What happened to all of the aspirations that I had? I got so distracted by all of these side quests in my world. And I always said I'd get back to doing these things. And you're finally in a place where you're like, okay, I can do this. I'm ready to do this. But there are some old habits, lingering procrastination and things like that I feel let's just get a bit of a reading. Let's get some hype around you, focusing on you, doing the things that you want to do. The world, Queen of Swords. Come on. Jumping out of the deck as I'm talking. Ready to take action, ready to be all that and then some. That's what we're doing now. Let's get the advice on it. Cool, calm, collected. That is what we need for this. We need planning. We need organization. I see you with journals. I see you with lists. I see you with routines. Okay, so big thing. Number one, you got to get your weekly, daily routine locked in. Get yourself a morning ritual going. Make sure it's sustainable. Make sure it's something that you can grow into. Don't set rigid boundaries around what has to be done right now. I have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. Because if you start to put these rigid boundaries on what your morning routine should look like, and if you don't do that, you're going to be like, okay, well, this doesn't work. No. Maybe you wake up and you stretch and you make yourself a hot drink and you do some journaling. There's no time limit to that. And that's just an example, but it's these are the habits I'm going to start doing in the morning. Whatever those habits may be. For me, it's I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym. Now, I didn't put a time limit on that when I did that. It's when I wake up, I'm going to do these things. And once you start doing those things, once those habits slowly start to form, and then you kind of include new habits, and then there becomes a general wake up time that starts to organically happen. Let your morning routine grow, but let's be intentional with that. We have the Chariot and we have the Page of Swords. We are moving forward with our ideas now. Moving forward with them. I know you're creative. I know you have so many ideas. I know you want to do everything in every single way, and you have these high concepts and ambitions and the way that you want to sounds silly, the way that you want to improve and inspire the world. You want to empower the world to be more in alignment with their truest, most authentic self. I love that. This is exactly why I'm here to tell you, time to take action on these things. You need to start to, I feel like you're a multiple projects person. I feel like you cannot be bound by one industry, one skill, one anything, one idea, one pathway. So this is what I'm going to need you to do. You need to have a maximum of 3 things that you are focusing on at any one time. Now, 3 pathways. That's not 3 projects. You probably have multiple projects within that. Okay. So this, oh my God, we asked for practical advice and this is what is coming through. Okay, you need to take yourself to a cafe. You need to get into an environment where you are also body doubling, but you're not at home where you can just get all cozy and get distracted. No, you're locked in. This is what you're going to do. You're going to focus on the 3 things that you're currently working on. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I got my business and I got 2 artist projects that I'm working on, right? So that's my 3 that I'm going into. You probably have 3, maybe you have more, but let's try for this coffee session that you're doing, you're going to do 3. You're going to do 3 of these things. Now, if you have 2, that's fine. Don't feel bad if you don't have 3, okay? That's fine. But I feel like the collective that we're looking into are those highly creative, highly ambitious, got so many, like, was it in the fire? Something in the fire? Look. Okay, well, you can have your 3 things. My vocabulary always fails me so badly when I'm doing this. Okay, you have your 3 things. This is what you're going to do. You're going to start to brainstorm the heck out of all of these 3 things. Like, where do you want these things to end up in 5 years? What do you want it to look like? Like, pipe dream every single one of these 3 things. And then timeline it out. And this is your ideal, this is what this thing looks like. Ideal world, this is what this looks like. For example, if you have a business and you want to end up franchising, or you want to go completely remote so that you can move away to the Philippines and live on an island and not have to have like a, be on the ground where your business is. Or maybe it's I'm just going to use the references that I have. So like if I have an artist project and I see myself doing 6 albums and a tour and all of these great things done by the end, or in 5 years or in 10 years time, timeline out like from your end goal of like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And then move back through that. Go back in the timeline for each of your 3 things. And then get it to present moment. And then make a small project for each of those things, each of those stepping stones for each of those things. Because you know what? As a creative, as a highly ambitious creative, I have no doubt that you do have a busy work life trying to do all of these things. You've probably been doing it for a while. I'm tapping into your energy and it makes me talk and think so fast. And I love that because I get that. You've probably been busy for a long time. I actually have no doubt that you're going to be able to work on 3 things at once. But those 3 things need to be small. So if it's for a business, for example, and you want to franchise, you want to live remote and all these other things, maybe the thing that you're working on right now for your business is running events. You're just planning 2 or 3 events. You're just starting to introduce some events, or you're introducing a new product. You got to get that big goal and work it all the way down to the teeny tiny goal. And then same with your other 2 things. Maybe you're working on a single, or you're working on a portfolio for your artwork, or you're finally setting up the Etsy store for your things that you are selling, or you're expanding your Etsy store, or you are finally making YouTube videos that you've been planning to do, and you're just starting with the one series of like 6 videos. So many ways that this could be going. I'm tapping into so many different energies with these projects. So I love that. Absolutely love that. But you're going to take the 3 lanes that you're in. You're going to timeline those things out from your pipe dreams all the way back down in reverse to present day. Give yourself 3 SMART goal projects that you're going to start working towards. This is you taking action, and this has to be done in conjunction with you building a sustainable routine, an effective and healthy morning ritual, nighttime ritual. Sleep is huge. Understanding the cyclical nature of yourself, your body, your emotions. We all have different cycles that we go through, understanding which ones apply to you, how you need to work in these different times, what accommodations you need to be making, what triggers you have that make it easier or more difficult for you to be working, when things do get testing for you in whatever cycles you might have, what is going to help you. You got to have those things written down, like locked in, so that when things start to get into a space where you can't be as effective as you want to be. You know exactly what tasks you can give yourself that you can still be productive with. You know that you should be offloading things if you're getting into a space where, if you work through it with that particular physical or mental state, that you will get into a state of burnout. Like, this is so important. For some of you, there is a state of mind or a physical state in which you cannot be as productive. And if you push yourself when you're in that state, you will hit a state of burnout. You will not be able to action things. It is so important to understand how you work. And like, this is not about hustle. This is not push through things. Your guides are like, no, we want you to be able to do things, but understand how you work. Make the most of the times that you are productive, that you are ready to be up and at 'em. And you know about your cycles, you know your highs and lows, you know what is going to help you and what feels impossible. And if you start to push yourself too hard at the times when things feel impossible, you will hit burnout so quickly. That's when you give yourself the easy tasks, or that's when you lock in with the self-care. So important to understand yourself and make sure that whatever goals you're working around, you're working with, works around you, specifically you, and not someone else's idea of how productive you should be. Okay. Talk about different energy coming towards this collective. Universe, please, any more inside information? This is quite a lot. This is good stuff. We have goal setting. We have understanding ourselves. Universe, please, last words. Big one is just like, get that routine written down. Like, get your ideal actions. It doesn't have to be time. I feel like that's the big thing. Your natural, like, rhythm of the time of day when things will happen, that will manifest, because that is such an extension of your sleep cycle, your mood cycle. And it might change week to week. It might change depending on where you are in the month. It might change depending on other mood or physical cycles that you go through. There are so many different things that could be affecting it person to person. So I'm not going to say specifically when or how this should happen, but if you put the actions in the order that you want to try them out, and then slowly add more habits in, then that is going to help you, and your body will just start locking in with a natural time. For example, I started going to the gym in the mornings, and honestly, the only way to motivate myself to do it was to not let myself have coffee until I was about to go to the gym, because the cafe is right next to the gym. So it's like, that's how I get my morning coffee. And I was going to the gym when I woke up, which was like 9:30, 10 a.m. And then once I started doing that more and more, I started sleeping earlier. And now I'm waking up at 6:30, 7 a.m. I don't have to get up at that time. My work doesn't start till late afternoon. So I don't have to be getting up at that time. But that's naturally how that progressed. It wasn't even something I tried to do. It wasn't something I aimed to do. It just happened. And now that is what's working best for me. That's what's working best for me. Not because I put the time limit on it, but because that's what naturally, like, my body started locking into. That's the cycle that my body locks into. So identify what the habits are that you want to start getting into. And make sure that you try your best to start doing them, and don't make them too big. Don't make the goals too big. Don't try and do a million things in a day. Don't do things that are going to be so overambitious that the first day that you don't get them all is the day that you give up entirely. I don't feel any cards wanting to come out of the deck, so let's get into the oracle cards. Universe, please, inside information. What? Ooh. Okay. Deck was like, bet, let's go. Magic mushroom, stay open to the good and beautiful things. I'm getting specifically from this message that a big focus on your diet and healthy food should be coming through. Your energy is valuable, protect it well. The protectress. The push behind you doing routine is because you do have this habit of letting other people take over your time and your capacity. It's time to put some boundaries up around that and be really protective of the time that's yours. Like, this is my time. And you can still make time for others, and you should make time for others, because we should be existing in a beautiful community. But I think it's time for you to put some boundaries up around your time, just for yourself. Because I feel like when you don't, you let, like, anyone takes over your time and energy, because you want to be around people and you just let them in, which is great and beautiful. But there just needs to be, in the routine that you're carving out for yourself, some really dedicated, sacred time that is just yours. It's time to leave the old behind, rebirth your life moving forward with this routine, with this goals, with the goals that you're working towards and the achieving of those goals. Your life is going to look really different. Are you ready for your life to look different? Because I feel like what might be stopping a lot of you is this, like, very subconscious idea of being in a place that's not familiar. Yet you want it. This is something that you really need to kind of sit with. Are you actually ready for your life to be different? I feel like there's this really big fear that you have around your life being different. So journal on that. You are worthy of beautiful things. The servant queen. Time to serve yourself. You have been serving so many other people. It is just time to lock in and serve yourself, because you deserve beautiful things. You deserve to have everything that you have dreamed of, and you deserve to have the energy and the attention that you give to other people. So you take that energy, you take that attention, and you give it to yourself. Thank you so much for letting me tap into this beautiful energy, and I'll see you in the next reading.